All right, dinner is out of the oven, and I am ready to present to you the next installment in my hot sauce competition series. So, the food in question tonight is a naan bread pizza. So, I took a naan flatbread. I mixed up some Indian hot sauces with traditional pizza sauce. I melted provolone, parmesan, and mozzarella cheese over it. Sprinkled some more Indian spice blends over top. And then I put cilantro, roasted garlic, roasted red pepper, and sauteed Calabresian spicy sausage over top as the toppings. These are the 5 sauces that it will be served with. We've got Ghost Scream, Naagin Indian hot sauce, bird's eye bomb, Melinda's black truffle hot sauce. Some of you may be familiar with that one. Funky's hot sauce, chili libre, and then Stuzzi hot sauce. All right, 5 very distinctive, very different sauces. There are really no parallels with any of these. They're completely different sauces, which is going to make this whole experiment all the more fascinating, right? So I'm going to slice up this lovely pizza and sample each piece with the hot sauces, do an evaluation and a ranking. All right, the table is set. The pizza is cut. I have ample napkins because I know for a fact this is going to be a very saucy, greasy experience, and I'm going to need them to avoid disgusting the viewer. So let's get right to it. Let's start with Naagin Indian hot sauce, bird's eye bomb. I am so curious. This is a really interesting sauce. As you can see, I haven't used much of it. I've had it for quite a long time. I really, really like it. I love, and Naagin Smoky Ghost Sauce, which is a step on the hotter scale than this one. It's the ghost pepper sauce with the hornbill on the cover. I think that's an 8 out of 10 for heat. This is a 6 out of 10 for heat. And I have the original, but so there are 3, as far as I know, 3 Naagin Indian hot sauces. The original, I think, broke, and so that's gone. And then I have this one. This is like the middle one. This is a 6 out of 10, and it has green bird's eye chilies in it. And the bird on the bottle is called a black drango. And if the description of the sauce is to be believed, this sauce this pepper, the pepper that is featured in this sauce. Wow, I'm very inarticulate right now. Hopefully, I hit my stride somewhere later in this video. The pepper that is used in this sauce is enjoyed in the wild by this particular bird, the black drongo. All of Naagin's sauces feature a bird. That's why they're among my favorite sauces. And apart from being delicious, they have birds that eat hot peppers featured on the bottle art. Here we go. Purified water, green chilies, and their Kanthari chilies is the specific type of bird's eye chili that's in that. Onion, vegetable oil, celery, garlic, vinegar, sugar, salt, ginger, turmeric. Okay, so not really that many Indian spices in there. The flavor of this is going to ride largely on the deliciousness of the pepper itself. All right, I put a good dollop on there. I am not scared of the heat. I've had this sauce several times before. It doesn't blow you away with heat, but it's got just the right amount. All right. Now let's see how it goes over naan pizza. Quite good. It's a sweet pepper forward sauce. I think it might just be a naturally sweet pepper. I really didn't taste a great deal of sugary sweetness. I think it's just a naturally light, sweet, very low level heat, green bird's eye chili that is used in that. It's nice. It is a very peppery sauce, lightly seasoned, not too salty, minimal heat, but approachable heat. It's there. You can sense it. It's like a very mild, low level, tingly burn that you get from that sauce. Nice degree of sweetness, which is not too sweet. It is really a nice sauce. I like that a lot. I mean, that is like almost as good as the Smoky Ghost. The Smoky Ghost used to be my favorite hot sauce ever. It has since been dethroned by several other sauces. It is still very high on my list. But this one is very, 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 very good too. And it's enjoyable. Like, when you want like an Indian style hot sauce that is not, exploding with heat like Smoky Ghost is, this is one to go to. It's great. And it's very good over pizza. I'm going to give that a 7.5 out of 10 over the pizza. Very, very nice. It pairs nicely with it. I don't know if it would pair nicely over an Italian style pizza, but this is sort of a fusion. We got Georgian spices in there, Indian spices, and Italian spices, and Italian ingredients. So yeah, no, it works really nicely over a non-bread pizza, for sure. So 7.5 for that one. All right. Let's move on to Stuzzi. I'm really curious about this one. This is made in Italy, and it is loved by wolves. Stuzzi is a rare blend of both dried and fresh peppers. It is hot sauce in its most perfect form. So this is one of those very, very simple, like it's literally got 3 ingredients. It's got vinegar, chilies, and salt. That's all that's in this. So the enjoyment of this sauce is largely going to ride on the flavor of the chilies, right? And whether or not there's a good balance of vinegar and salt in there. Because if there's too much vinegar and too much salt, well, that could compromise the enjoyability of the experience of eating it as well, couldn't it? All right, let's put some over this. We're having a problem here. Hang on. Yeah, I think this was one of those things where the sauce at the top of the bottle had clotted up and coagulated, or whatever words you want to use to describe it, blocking the transference of sauce from bottle to pizza. But now we got plenty on this piece. See? Oh no, the cheese became separated. Ugh. I'm not reshooting this. Bloopers and all, this is going to have to... And I know, I got off to a really rocky start talking about that Indian sauce. I should have been prepared. I should take notes. I'm very confident in my ability to improvise my way through these videos, but sometimes I just stumble over my words. So I hope nobody watching the first sauce was like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's like rambling and stuttering and, he's like pausing and saying and a lot. I'm hopefully not going to do that for the rest of the video, but I don't have any notes. I'm just making this up as I go along. Let's try it. Oh, wow. Okay. Instantly, as soon as I took that bite, I know what the problem was when I tried this sauce for the first time. I should not have been eating it on its own. This is meant to be paired with food. It is really good over pizza. Like, I thought, oh, this is probably going to be good. No. That's outstanding. I mean, great fruity, tangy pepper. Just the right amount of vinegar and salt. It is not overly tangy or acidic. And that pepper, wow, that just jumps out at you. That has got such a bold, vibrant, bright flavor. What a lovely pepper. What type of pepper is that? Does it say? It doesn't say what the pepper is, but god dang, that tastes good. That's a 9 over pizza. I am shocked. I'm shocked because I introduced this sauce I introduced as the wild card sauce. Well, that's a 9. All right. Amazing. I can't believe it. That's really cool. I love it. Now I know what to do with this sauce. For months it has been sitting there and I'm just like, I mean, it's an attractive sauce. I did not dislike my experience of trying it for the first time, but I just have no idea what I want to eat this with. We've got the food. Now and this is so good over pizza. Now I have to think about what else it might be good with. What other, hidden gems of food pairings are out there for this? What a great sauce. Love it. Okay, let's try Funky's Chili Libre. Now, this one, is kind of more of like an eggs, mac and cheese, chili, soup, taco type of sauce. But I thought based on, the garlickiness of it and the savoriness, and there's a roasted garlic flavor in there, and lots of different chilies, some of which are probably fire roasted. I don't know. I thought that this was had a very exciting, savory Very rich flavor that I thought would go really nicely with pizza. You know, heavily, very heavily garlicky, right? And you can't go wrong. One of my favorite things in the world. I know it's shameful, but whenever I order from Domino's, I get the garlic dip, the creamy garlic dip or whatever it's called, or garlic butter. I don't know if it's garlic butter, butter dip, whatever the garlic dip is with Domino's. I just like I'll get 3 packets of it, and I'll use like 1 packet per slice of pizza that I eat. I absolutely love a garlicky sauce over pizza. So this, with its garlickiness, it's almost guaranteed to be good. At least by my standards of what's good over pizza. And I put a lot on there. This is not an intimidatingly hot sauce. None of the ones that I chose tonight are, even the Ghost Scream is not very ghost pepper heavy. You can taste it in there and you can get a little bit of that burn, but not hot. Which is good for me, because that means I get to slather a huge amount over my pizza pieces. The sauce is outstanding. And by the way, my pizza, if I do say so myself, is very, very good. That was an unequivocal success. I was searching for the right word for a second there. Pizza's great. The sauce is outstanding. I just think, yeah, this is more for Latin American foods. Yeah. It's certainly not for Indian food, and it's not really for Italian food. No, I think sticking to chilies and, eggs and tacos and burritos, other Latin American type stuff, is probably the best pathway for this sauce. However, it's such a good sauce that it still was nice to eat it that way. I mean, it's like a 7 out of 10. It's not going to win this competition, but it's just such a great sauce that it's probably potentially just going to taste good on just about anything. I mean, I don't think, you could make this work over ice cream, but most foods, yeah, be good over a sandwich, be good over a lasagna, be good over some kind of a casserole or, a shepherd's pie or something like that. Yeah, good over all that stuff in its element in Latin American food. Okay, second to last is going to be Melinda's Black Truffle Hot Sauce. This was the first truffle hot sauce that I tried that I actually liked. All right, so I tried all of those sauces by the Truff Company. I think I sampled and reviewed 3 of them on my channel before I got to this one. And I came to the determination that I don't like truffle-based hot sauces. But it turned out it wasn't truffle-based hot sauces that were not for me. It was the way that Truff made truffle hot sauces that was not for me. Because this was fantastic. This is one of those sauces that once I get myself a big bottle of it, I'll just sit there and I'll just eat it straight. I don't even need food with it. The flavor is that good. And for a while, it was my favorite truffle hot sauce. But then I got Terrapin Farms' truffle hot sauce, which, if I have not already, or if you have not already watched one of the videos where I say this, and there are many of them at this point, Terrapin Farms' truffle hot sauce is my favorite hot sauce of all time. And I wouldn't include it in this video because I just know it would be the winner. Because I've already actually had Terrapin Farms' truffle hot sauce over pizza. And yeah, it's the winner. And it's my favorite hot sauces of all time. So it's really probably going to win just about any competition. Unless it's paired with a food that, just doesn't go with truffles. Anyways. But this is really, really good. All right. Still my second favorite truffle hot sauce. And I've never tried it over pizza, I don't think. Eating it a lot with chicken nuggets. Oh my goodness, what just happened? See? That's why you got to prepare. So this particular napkin, that's done. Get the next one. It's been happening to me a lot. These hot sauces exploding on me and splattering their juice all over me. What's going on? Are you mad that you're contained in that bottle? I mean, I try to give my hot sauces equal attention. They're mad at me though. Here we go. That's a match made in heaven. A food match made in food heaven. Hell yeah, that's a good pizza sauce. Wow. Beautiful texture, beautiful color, wonderful flavor. And an adequate amount of truffle flavor in there. That's one of the things that is wrong with those truffle sauces. They're out there charging $15 for a bottle of this stuff, and it's like, did you even put truffle in this? Because those are bland. This is not bland. This is extremely flavorful. It is delicious over pizza. Really, really good. That's a 9 too. Okay. Competition's getting heated up. And I will be very, very, very surprised if this does not pair beautifully over pizza as well. So let's try Ghost Scream. All right. Kind of similar in texture to the Truffle Hot Sauce by Melinda's, but just a little bit darker in color. Here we go. It is good, but there is quite a vinegariness to that sauce that I don't know the pizza needs any more of. You know? You make a pizza, you get plenty of acidity from the tomato sauce. So putting a really vinegary sauce on top of it, not necessarily going to be the best addition. Not going to be the best complement to what's actually going on in that pizza. Now the other flavors that are in that, the ghost pepper flavor, the garlickiness, those are very, very nice, but I think for me to truly enjoy this sauce, they'd have to tone down the vinegar a little bit more. And that's weird because, you know, I've featured this in a few videos. This is not the first, you know, time since I reviewed this sauce that I've had it in a video. I've had it in different videos. I did a ghost off video, in which I picked 3 of my favorite ghost pepper hot sauces. I can't remember what I paired them with, but I think this was this the winner? I don't know. You have to go back and look. Or you can. I create this content. You can go look if you're interested. But anyways, I had said several times, you know, one of these days I'm going to try this over pizza because it seems like it would be a really good pizza sauce. But now that I've actually tried it, I don't know. Maybe a non-acidic pizza, like a chicken bacon ranch pizza, would pair a little bit better with this. Okay? I just think with a pizza that has tomato sauce in it, you don't need to add something that acidic. So, no. This is not the best of the lot. Actually, I'm going to put it just slightly below this for rating, for a flavor rating. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Of course it's good, but just really didn't pair with this particular pizza in the way that I thought it would. So let's do rankings. Pretty clear cut until we get to the top 2. That happens a lot with these videos. All right, so number 5 is Ghost Scream. Too acidic for a pizza that is already plenty acidic. All right, 6.5 out of 10. Number 4, very good, a 7 out of 10. This is Funky's Chili Libre hot sauce, but probably not meant for pizza or other Italian foods. It's in its element on Latin American foods. And eggs. All right, number 3 is Naagin Indian. Quite a revelation. You know, honestly, this was kind of a wild card sauce too. You know, I wasn't sure about that. I was looking through my collection and I'm like, what about this one? I don't use this very often, but I know it's good. Could it be an interesting addition to my pizza video? And yes, it was. It was a 7.5. Very good. 7.5 out of 10. Excellent sauce. And I think it's a very versatile sauce, too. Pick it up. Naagin sauces are inexpensive and very good and very versatile. Yeah. Pick it up. Now, you can get it on Amazon. All right. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Wow, what's going to be number 2 and what's going to be number 1? I will give this number 2. And I'm shocked. I mean, I was like, this is going to be 5 or 4, I'm pretty sure. I didn't even love the sauce that much when I tried it. Man, it just came alive over pizza. And the pepper in that is just wonderful. Like very, very fruity, vibrant, bright tasting pepper. Loved it over pizza. Yeah, so heavily acidic with lots of vinegar, not so great over pizza. Bright and fruity, like the peppers in this, with just the right amount of vinegar, perfect. 9 out of 10. And then, I mean, again, this is like a top 15 probably hot sauce of all time that I've ever tried out of the like probably 400 plus. So, I mean, there's a little bit of unfair, advantage here with this sauce. It is just made for pizza and other Italian foods. Fantastic, fantastic. Another thing that this would just be great in is if you're like making like a fettuccine alfredo. Just put some of this into the sauce. Oh, I can imagine it now. And if you're interested in seeing that, I'll do that. I'll do a fettuccine alfredo or other type of pasta competition video. I've not done that yet. I'm going to do a ramen one sometime soon. But yeah, okay. Well, there are your rankings. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it got off to a little bit of a rocky start. I'm not sure why I was stumbling like that. But hopefully I hit my stride and kept you entertained for the duration of almost 22 minutes. And I will see you soon. Got many, many other reviews to get through this weekend.